Everyone, Venruki from Method here. In this video, we are going to talk PvP, specifically the patch 715 mage changes, specifically Fire Mage. In this video, we are just going to talk about Fire Mage, some of the changes to their spells, their talents, their PvP talents, what specs I think are going to be good, and just sort of give you my insight as to how I think they're going to be doing next patch. I'm going to be doing this for Arcane and Frost as well, but those are going to be separate videos. So without further ado, let's get into it. So here they are, ladies and gentlemen. These are the changes for patch 715 for Fire Mages. Spoiler alert, I think these are going to overall be good changes for Fire Mage. We'll go into them in a little bit more detail. I have the new talent calculator up, which we're going to take a look at, as well as the old one to do some comparisons. But yeah, let's just start right off. Alex Skraz's Fury, this is a new talent in place of Blast Wave, which makes it so Dragon's Breath will always critically strike and contribute to Hot Streak. So that is a new talent that we have, and that is going to be in place of Blast Wave. And they changed the way it works. Instead of using it on a target like before, they gave us back the old Blast Wave that shoots in a circle around you. So similar to how Frost Nova, you are the center of the location. Now the new Blast Wave went back to how it was originally in Vanilla WoW, which I think is really awesome because it was a really fun spell to use. Also, in addition to that, Blazing Soul, a new talent dealing fire damage to targets within 8 yards of you, refills your blazing barrier for 40% of the damage dealt. It's a tier 2 talent. Cinderstorm got a little bit of a buff. You'll notice that almost all Fire Mage spells got a little bit of a buff, which is nice for PvP. Conflagration also got a little bit of a buff as well. Enemies affected by Conflagration or Ignite have a 10% chance to flare up and deal 45% of spell power. So just another overall damage buff. Controlled Burn. They changed the procs, so this talent is a little bit more viable. You can see it here in the talent row 60. And it makes it so when you gain heating up, you have a 20% chance to instantly activate Hot Streak. So if you crit a fireball, you have a 20% chance to, instead of just having the heating up, you just instantly get the instant pyro. You get the Hot Streak proc, which is good. Firestarter, your fireball and powerball spells always deal critical strikes when the target is above 90% health. I feel like this is more of a PvE talent, still something I don't think we'll be using in PvE whatsoever. It wouldn't be horrible for like bursting if you can get like a fireball into a power blast when someone's high HP. Maybe we can get some significant damage off, but I still just don't think the value of it is going to be really that good. Flame On, now instead of using it and getting 2 charges of your Fire Blast, so you can use those 2 charges obviously to get more Hot Streak procs. It just reduces the cooldown of Fire Blast by 2 seconds, which is very significant. It's very strong, and increases the maximum charges by 1. So you have 3 charges, and those charges will refill 2 seconds less because of that reduction in cooldown. Flame Patch actually got buffed as well, so the Flame Strike build may even be better next patch. Obviously, when you Flame Strike, it leaves the Flame Patch on the ground, and that actually is going to be doing significantly more damage next patch, which is really nice, especially if you enjoy the Flame Strike build like I do. New talent, Frenetic Speed. Casting Scorch increases your movement speed by 30%. Unfortunately, I mean, this talent's really cool, but it replaces Ice Flow. So one of the sad things about pretty much all mage specs is we're not going to be able to use Ice Flows anymore. So no more run casting Fireballs, no more run casting Flame Strikes, no more run casting Polymorphs. It's a sad day. Luckily, they gave us a little bit more mobility with this Frenetic Speed, and we'll look at those talents a little bit later. Meteor is going to be doing around double damage now, so that's also significant. It's going to increase our burst potential with those cooldowns up when we have combustion and we drop a meteor, our Windwalker Monk stuns or Rogue stuns or Warrior stuns. It's going to make our burst that much better. So all these changes are really nice. I like some of the new talents they added. If we look specifically at the specialization, they added a new ability called Blazing Barrier. So they actually removed Molten Armor, so we don't have that base physical reduction anymore. While that ice barrier is up, it reduces physical damage taken by, I believe it's actually 10%. So similar to how the old Molten Armor is, I think this is just bugged. And then obviously with the Molten Skin artifact trade, it'll be 15%. So we'll have 15% physical damage reduction while Blazing Barrier is up, as well as melee attacks against you cause the attacker to take fire damage. So it's just like the old Molten Armor kind of. It's like the new Molten Armor and the old Molten Armor merged into your new barrier, which is really cool. So while you have it up, you're going to be taking less physical damage. You'll also have Thorns against melee attack, which is really good. Combustion actually got a little bit of a nerf, so our offensive cooldown isn't as good as it once was. Gives you less mastery when you have your combustion up, because obviously crit's going to be useless when everything crits, so they give you additional mastery, and that mastery is going to be lowered a little bit. Fire Blast, the enemy. So Fire Blast got buffed, as you can see, as I was talking about, pretty much all our spells got buffed. Fire Blast got buffed. Fireball got buffed, which makes me really excited. Flame Strike got buffed, which is hilarious. Pyro Blast also got a buff, and Scorch got a buff. So all our damage got a buff. This isn't necessarily the best thing for PvE. I think this is trying to compensate for some of the nerfs that we got in PvE with things like Rune of Power. Fortunately, in PvP, we don't use Rune of Power, so these are just straight up buffs for us, which is great. Phoenix Flames also got a damage increase. And then our Pyretic Incantation, this actually got nerfed, unfortunately, so when you chain crit over and over and over, it increases the damage you deal. That's going to be less now, which is unfortunate, but I think with all of these damage buffs we have here, it's going to be very nice. So those are the Fire Mage changes. I'm going to quickly take a look at the talent calculator with you guys, just so we can look at it. Most likely still going to be going with that Pyromaniac spec. Next up, Blazing Soul is really cool. You're going to refill your barrier. I still just don't think it's going to be as good, unfortunately, as Shimmer. Blast Wave also really cool. These are definitely viable options, though, that could be nice. We'll have to see. Maybe Shimmer. I mean, the Blizzard has done a good job making these 30 talents a lot more interesting for Arcane, Fire, and Frost. So we might not actually be using Shimmer next patch. Just depends on the composition I'm sure we're playing against. But yeah, any of these could be an option. Incanter's Flow seems like it's still going to be the best. I'm not exactly sure which one of these is also going to be good. Having Dragon's Breath contribute to your hot streak, as well as always critical strike, depending on how much damage Dragon's Breath does. Alexstrasza's Fury could be a nice little addition to your burst. Flame On, also very good, as you get those fire blasts off more consistently. And Controlled Burn, just instantly getting those hot streaks when you get a heating up proc, also very good. So this is another one that's kind of tossed up. I'm leaning more towards Alexstrasza's Fury or Flame On, maybe even just Flame On. Frenetic Speed, I feel like these once again could all be good. The additional Frost Nova is not too bad, and them just getting rid of those Ice Flow talents just makes it so Ring of Frost and Ice Ward are more appealing, because there's not that one talent that's just obviously the best. So Blizzard, I guess, doing a good job nerfing mages and opening up some of the other talents. Frenetic Speed could be good. I'm not exactly sure. We'll have to see how it plays out. But the additional movement speed is obviously going to be reasonably nice. Flame Patch got buffed. So I don't know, man. I honestly, I see myself. It really depends on what comp I'm playing, but I still feel like the Flame Strike build might end up being good. If you guys are wondering what the Flame Strike build is, I'm talking about as a mage. In PvP, there's this talent called World in Flames, which reduces the cast time of Flame Strike by 2 seconds and increases its damage by 30%. Flame Strike buff, plus the World in Flames, plus the Flame Patch build. You literally just spam Flame Strike. It does a lot of AoE damage. Yeah, it's something to definitely watch out for. It's really fun in BGs too, so I recommend you checking that out for sure now. Meteor obviously got a big buff. I don't see myself ever taking Kindling or Cinderstorm, so definitely going to be going with that Meteor. And then as far as PvP talents go, obviously Trinket Choice, whatever you want. Nothing too much has changed here. This is new, Dampen Magic. So instead of Temporal Shield and Kleptomania, instead of like the increase to your Ice Barrier, they added something called Dampened Magic. Magical damage over time effects deal 20% less damage to you. So that's going to be strong against classes that have magical dots. Warlocks will now kill you slightly slower. Haha. But yeah, that's definitely going to be strong against Warlocks, against Shadow Priest, against Moonkins. I don't know if it's going to beat out Temporal Storm, though. Being able to survive every 45 seconds by mitigating like 4 seconds of burst is really strong, but we'll just have to see. And yeah, these talents really didn't change. Probably end up playing Tinder or World in Flames, depending if I'm playing Fireball build or Flame Strike build, and then I like Flame Cannon. So yeah, those are going to be the talents. Just a little quick breakdown for you guys. I think Fire Mage is going to be strong. I think all 3 mage specs are going to be good. I'm going to be doing videos like this, like I said, for Arcane as well as Frost. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. I'll try to answer them the best that I can. And yeah, flame on, guys. I think fire is the build that I'm going to be going with next patch after looking at them all. It seems really fun. I'm excited. We'll have to see how it plays out with some of the other class changes that have been implemented. See where we are on the totem pole. Anyways, thanks for watching, friends. Peace out.